Good morning, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Helena. I'm the Executive Director for the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. I say this every week, and I am really proud of it because I am here on behalf of the Greater New York Chamber to help you grow your business. And how do we do that? It's by putting these webinars, in-person seminars on, the networking events that we have. But today, it's a business plan writing and export plan. And right now, we have two of the greatest people to give you that information. We are going to start off with Brian Tubner from the Empire State Development, followed by Miss Manlee Lynn, who happens to be our Women's History Awards recipient at the end of the month. So I have to plug that. She's the Economic Development Special for the U.S. Small Business Administration. Brian, thank you so much for doing this. I gotta go to, hold on for a second. I guess I gotta go back to share. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Yeah,
So take it away, Brian, and then Manlee will come on afterwards. Brian is gonna do a little bit of a writing plan and an export plan on behalf of the Empire State Development. He is going to be hopping off at 10:30, so we'll have a Q&A around 10:25 because he has a hard stop at 10:30 and Manlee's coming right on. So Brian, take it away.
Yeah, thank you so much, Helena. It's a pleasure to be here this morning and be able to talk about our Global New York Export Assistance Programs and to complement what Manlee will be speaking to in a little bit, developing a business plan, but also an export plan. So after companies can get assistance with Manlee developing an export plan, then they can come over and work with us at Global New York to identify those opportunities and pursue those opportunities in international markets. I'll just briefly, before I continue on, would you be able to put the PowerPoint into the full screen mode? I don't know if there's a way to share it in the slide, or maybe the slideshow button up there. On the upper right side, I see slideshow. Maybe that would do the full screen. There we go. Excellent. Thank you. All right. And so I'm with Global New York. That's New York State's Export Assistance Division. And next slide, please. All right. And we're part of Empire State Development. So Empire State Development is New York State's economic development agency. Our job is, and we're tasked with growing the New York State economy to assist with that, encouraging business investment and job creation around the state. We assist in a variety of ways, including with grants and tax credits. We do real estate development projects around the state as well, cultural projects around the state through the regional council process, along with other forms of New York State assistance to help the economy grow. And Global New York is one of those with our export assistance. Next slide, please. Around the state, we have 10 regions. With Empire State Development, we're speaking to the New York City region today, but the state is divided in these economic regions through Empire State Development. Next slide, please. All right, and our mission is to assist small businesses to help export their products and services globally. So we do work with both manufacturing companies that are based in New York State, headquartered here and manufacturing product in New York State, and then also with companies that have services. So if you have a service company, your employees are doing those services, providing those services based in the state of New York, and that's another eligible criteria for us. Some other things we look at would be whether or not you're doing research and development and design of your products in the state of New York, but I'll get to that in a minute as far as the eligibility criteria goes. But for small, medium-sized companies, we can help you to identify opportunities overseas and pursue those. Next slide, please. Yeah, for some reason, so this slide is incomplete at the moment for some reason, but we have a regional staff around the state. We have our Vice President Lennox Ruiz based in the New York City office. I'm also based in the New York City office. So if the company's in the New York City based here, I'm the primary point of contact. You can reach out to me directly for any questions you have about the programs and services I'll be speaking to shortly. And all the staff can be found on our website as well, and I'll get to that later. But yeah, It must be just a couple of technical issues we're dealing with this morning, so I apologize for that. We can go on to the next slide. All right, and then just some stakeholders that we work with around the state, both at the within New York State and within Empire State Development. We will work with our partner agencies and divisions, working with companies that way. Also, our local chambers, like a great partner in the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, of course, to complete webinars and work with companies in that way. And then also at the state level with Small Business Development Centers, the District Export Council, and the federal level, also with MANLI, the SBA, the U.S. Department of the U.S. Commercial Service, Export-Import Bank. So we work with a variety of agencies and other divisions, organizations around the state to help promote the programs that we offer and to help companies export. Next slide, please. And just a few things to note about exporting. So over 95% of the world's population is outside of the United States and 75% of the world's purchasing power. So there are substantial opportunities for companies to take advantage of by looking abroad and looking to export. Trade represented approximately 56% of the world's $111 trillion economy in 2024. So there is a lot of potential revenues to be generated again by looking at trade and exporting. Companies do typically grow sales quickly. 24% experience greater job creation and employee earnings compared to non-exporters. They also have a little bit more flexibility, whether there's some international issues or supply chain issues going on in the world, or domestically, then you have other countries and other markets that you're selling to, so you're not as dependent on just one market if something is going on in the world. And then approximately 1% of U.S. small businesses export their products. It may be a little bit more than this now. There's some conflicting reports, but it is a very small percentage. So there's a number of companies that I've worked with that are been in business for decades in New York State and have never considered exporting, and then we're able to work with them and get them started on that. Next slide, please. And just some of the top countries for exports and imports with New York State specifically. This is for 2024. Some you would definitely expect Canada, top for exports and imports, and then Switzerland as well. Hong Kong being a port through into China. For exports, the UK, Mexico, Israel, Germany, India, Singapore, and China for exports. So those are just some top export destinations, markets to consider, but there are through our programs, we can help you identify which markets would be the best fit based on your product offering and services. Next slide, please. All right, and I wanted to mention that we do have a offering now with Global New York for foreign offices. We have representation around the world. So companies that are interested really in any market around the world, we can assist companies to learn about those markets, gain information, and help them to begin exporting into those markets. We used to be a little bit more limited, but now we really have global coverage. So just more opportunities for our companies. Next slide, please. All right, and I'll talk about our three main programs and how the foreign offices that we contract with factor into that. So we have three main ones: the Export Marketing Assistance Service, EMAS program, the State Trade Expansion Program, STEP for short. Export Marketing Assistance is our EMAS acronym. And then we also have the Global New York Grant Fund Program, which I administer. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. But some way to think about this is you can start with the EMAS program. You can work on to the STEP program, and then the grant fund is also an option for when you're considering going to trade shows or visiting markets and doing other trade activities and getting a grant reimbursement for those. Next slide, please. And I'll start off with the EMAS program. So this is the program that assists New York State companies to find distributors and sales agents abroad, also to get a market intelligence report working with our foreign office directors in those markets I showed you earlier. So you would submit one of our applications. You can select up to 3 markets, and you can get in-depth knowledge of that market for your product and see if it's a good fit. And then also for this program, it's a no-cost service that we offer, which is unique So if you do meet our eligibility criteria and you have some markets you've been considering in the future to export to, this is a great first step for yourselves to learn about that market and get engaged in that. Next slide, please. So some of the regions, and as I mentioned, we have global coverage really across the continent of Africa, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, the Caribbean, Europe, the Middle East, and North and South America. So if there really any country that you're considering want to have a little bit more information on, you may have gotten some sales from a buyer in another country just accidentally, an accidental export because they found you somehow by word of mouth or online. But if you're seeing some small amount of sales from a few buyers in the market, that can be evidence that there's demand there that you could be tapping into. And the EMAS program is a great way to identify that and to follow up on that, working with our contracted foreign office directors in all of these regions around the world. As I mentioned, you can select up to 3 markets in a 12-month period. This is just to focus every company so they weren't chasing too many opportunities at one time, because exporting is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time to build up the trade relationships, business relationships overseas, and get to maintain substantial sales and build that up over time. Next slide, please. And just for the application process, so there's an online application accessible through our website. So you just go and submit that. It doesn't take too long to complete. I would say about 30 minutes to finish the application. We do recommend you do it in one sitting, but the questions aren't too complicated, mostly just general business questions about your company that you'd be able to answer. And if there's any questions you have about the application, you can always ask me about those. And we'll respond within about 10 business days. If approved, if you meet our eligibility criteria, then we'll advance your application to the selected markets. And then you're going to receive a detailed report within 60 days, including a partner or potential partner lead with a list of potential buyers and distributors. So you get the market intelligence report, and you also get a distributor list as part of this program. The EMAS Plus, so that'd be working with another one of our programs I'll talk about in a minute, the STEP program, that State Trade Expansion Program. That can allow a company to get a grant to offset the cost of visiting an international buyer distributor that they've been connected with through the EMAS program. So if you see a couple potential distributors in a market or a few potential buyers that have been recommended by our foreign office directors through their report, you can go visit them with a grant and offset the cost of that, so you can confirm in person that these are a good partner for you to work with. Next slide, please. All right, and just some eligibility criteria for the program. You have to be headquartered and registered with New York State. It has to be a small or medium-sized business, fewer than 500 employees. And you have to manufacture, assemble, distribute a product, or provide an exportable service in New York State. And that's supposed to be 51% of the New York State of your added value has to be generated in the state of New York and be in business for at least 1 year. You do have to have an export-ready product or service, so you're ready to sell that product internationally. Unfortunately, it can't be 6 months from now you have a sellable product. It has to be currently for sale, and there have to be some revenues. We recommend about $50,000 in annual sales for the program so that a company has the wherewithal to begin exporting. And just to confirm that a company is ready to engage in exporting, not just something they're considering, but they do actively want to pursue that opportunity once they receive this report. And in the future, we do site visits with companies just to see their facilities and meet the companies that we're working with. Next slide, please. All right, then I'll talk a little bit about the State Trade Expansion Program. So this is a federally funded program that we are awarded typically every year or every 2 years, depending on the offering from the Small Business Administration. And we're very grateful to be working with the SBA on this and able to provide this funding for New York State companies. Next slide, please. So with this State Trade Expansion Program, we can offer companies up to $10,000 in grants per program year. We're currently operating under Step 12. We had applied for Step 13, but we're still waiting on that. as are the other states around the country. And we'll see if we're able to move forward on a Step 13. Otherwise, we may have a Step 14 round, and we'll apply for that too, and hopefully receive additional funding. So for STEP, we have very limited funding, unfortunately, but we're optimistic we'll get additional funding from the federal government in the future for this. And it is 50% of total eligible costs for different activities. And some of the eligible criteria for this, very similar to the EMAS program, and also similar to what I'll talk about in a minute, also the Global Grant Fund. The one significant difference here is that the companies have to have at least 51% United States content. Because this is a federal program, we have more flexibility here with the guidelines. So you would be headquartered in New York State, but if you have manufacturing at least 51% and product value add at least 51% in the United States instead of just New York State, then you can apply for this program. And next slide, please. All right, with the State Trade Expansion Program, these are the eligible uses of funds here. Financial assistance award for travel, that can include an EMAS Plus, subscription services offered by the U.S. Department of Commerce, such as their Gold Key service, export training workshops, international qualified domestic trade shows. That's one of our most popular activities we receive applications for. So if you do have a trade show in mind in the future that is an export-focused show, we can assist with an offset of the cost there. With the STEP grant, it is smaller grant awards for typically one project at a time. So if a trade show might be less than $10,000 in total cost, including coach class airfare and lodging costs at the per diem rate, then that would be something we would consider for the STEP program. We also have international marketing campaigns, website content, and foreign language translation are an option too. Certain export consultancy services, compliance testing for international markets. So if you had to go into the European Union market and you needed to get a CE mark certification, or if there's another international standard that you need for your products and get testing for that in order to be competitive in an international marketplace, then you can apply through the STEP program for that too. Next slide, please. And I'll just get to the Global New York Grant Fund program. This is another grant program for New York State companies for small and medium-sized businesses with the goal of creating more jobs from our exporting companies and also increasing export sales. Next slide, please. And for this program, it is a New York State funded program, and it's for larger projects. This would be companies that have a more detailed export plan and have maybe a few activities they're considering over a year or 6 months instead of just a one-off trying to test the waters. This is a little bit more in-depth and building stronger relationships and developing just deeper ties in certain international markets, like going to multiple trade shows, potentially in a market over the course of a year or a couple. Some of the differences here is that the grants do range higher. $7,500 to $25,000 is what we recommend. So we have $15,000 minimum total project cost, approximately, up to approximately $50,000 total project cost for for-profit companies. We limit that to 2 grants per New York State fiscal year. Again, it is a 50% cash match up to that $25,000 maximum award at a $50,000 total project cost. And similar with the EMAS program, it does have to be 51% product value added in New York State with a company located, headquartered in New York State, 500 or fewer employees, and also in business for 1 year. There's some other criteria. The eligible activities here for the grant fund program, very similar to the STEP program. So those activities for the STEP program qualify for the grant fund, and really, broadly speaking, market customization, trade shows and trade missions that a company may be participating in, export education, product adaptation, including updates to product manuals, market certification, like I mentioned with the European Union and the CE mark certification. So if any of those activities sound like they may be applicable to your company, if you do have some international trade shows you may have been considering participating in at some time, but the cost may have been too high, this is a program that can help with that in this cost range of about $15,000 and up, and then lower with the although we do have limited funding for the STEP program, you can still put in an application at this time if you do have an activity you're interested in getting funded for. We can't guarantee that the project would get funded at this point, but you can put in an application. You'll be added to a wait list or receive an email as such too, and then we'll inform you when your project is off that wait list and process the application. And again, any questions here, just let me know about either the EMAS program, the STEP program, or the grant fund, and I'm happy to go into more detail, answer any eligibility questions, timing questions. For the grant fund, we do request that companies submit applications 60 days in advance at least before the start of the first activity that a company is putting into their application package. So if you have 2 or 3 trade shows, the first trade show should not be starting any sooner than 60 days before the application is submitted, as an example. And then for not-for-profits, we do have that as an eligible category as well. Those grants range again from $7,500 up to $100,000. And those activities can include trade shows and trade missions that are led by either a chamber of commerce or an industry association, some kind of other not-for-profit economic development organization. It has to be specifically an economic development focused organization to participate in the grant fund as a not-for-profit. And then also export education seminars or series that a not-for-profit will want to sponsor, and also export consulting projects. Next slide, please. All right, and that just wraps up my kind of quick overview of our programs for the Global New York Grant Fund. And yeah, please do welcome any questions now about Global New York, our programs, or anything about exporting I could help with now. And just wanted to say thank you so much again, Helena, and to the Greater New York Chamber for offering me a chance to speak this morning to the companies here. And thank you to Manly as well for co-presenting with me today.
Thank you so much, Brian. Does anyone have any questions? I'm going to put it in the, there's a chat going on. This will be recorded. Brian, there's so much information. It is unbelievable. I don't think the businesses realize that you can have this, your international trips within reason financed through you, which is amazing. So there's a lot of information. Brian, are you going to be able to send me your deck, or it's just being recorded?
Yeah, so we recommend for companies interested in the programs, they could go to our website because all the information is updated there, and there are some changes that get made, especially around the STEP program. So just for the most up-to-date information, it's all available on our website at esd.ny.gov, and then just have to get to the export tab. But I'm happy to include that in the chat just now too for everybody. And then directly contacting me by email or giving me a call. I'm also very happy to discuss just one-on-one with companies any questions you might have about the program, including for any international sales trips that you may be considering. Where it pertains to that, we would just have you working with first our foreign offices or potentially a federal partner or another economic development organization partner to arrange meetings for you. So if you're working with a third party to arrange business meetings on the ground, you have an agenda, then that is something we can work with you on. Otherwise, we recommend first off looking at our EMAS program first to help organize those, or going to a trade show, as that's a structured event that we can then help you with.
One other question before you go, because I know you have a hard stop. Please elucidate further on the 51% product value added in New York State in reference to the Global New York Grant Fund program. Can you do that? Oh, yeah, of course. So for the 51% value add, we look at a few different criteria. It depends on if it's a service or a manufacturing firm. If it's a manufacturing company, we look at how much manufacturing they have in the state of New York. Other items, including research and development of their products, if they're doing that work in the state of New York. And then if there's other aspects of the business, including packaging, warehousing, we can look at that too. There's some more details on our website about all the criteria, but generally speaking, we also have a formula that a company can use to help them calculate that. We really rely on the company
to be the best judge of that, though, based on their manufacturing and their costs of manufacturing in New York State versus other parts of the country or parts of the world. But I'm happy also to go through that. But I would take a look at our website, and the guideline document does have some more detail on that. And then I'm happy to follow up with a call at some point and discuss further.
That sounds good. Thank you so much. Any other questions before Brian pops off? And then we have Manly on deck. And which leads it in. Hey, Manly, how are you?
Hi, Brian. I have a question for you. So for those 50% expenses reimbursement have to be the trade mission or trade show that you organize, right? Or some businesses they ask if they decide to go to some trade show in other countries, can they get a reimbursement up to
Yeah. So for trade shows, we can have companies going on their own as long as they're having a booth space, so they can demonstrate that to us that they're going there for sales meetings. We just have to have some kind of due diligence there to show that the company is participating at the show while they're traveling overseas and receiving some grant funds for that. But absolutely, if there's a trade show in Japan, if there's a trade show in Germany, or what have you, in India, and you wanted to participate in that, have a booth space, and then you could apply. You have to apply it before the show would take place. So unfortunately, we can't have an application come in after the activity's been completed, or if it's about to start. If it's 2 weeks away, or potentially even a month away, we need a bit more time than that, which is why we ask for about 60 days in advance of the activity for the application to be submitted. But that is absolutely something we can fund. It doesn't have to be organized specifically through a trade delegation from the federal government or the state government or a third party. If there is an international trade show, you can include that in your application.
Okay, thank you.
And Brian, you put the people have asked in the chat. He just put it in the website for you to get all this information. It's the ATPS. It's just right there. If you have any questions, go into the chat.
Yeah, so I've added the website for Global New York in the general chat. It looks like.
Yeah.
I think that was. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to send it to everyone. I sent it to.
Okay.
Us, so
I could copy it. You want me to copy and paste it, or you'll do it?
I think I just got. So that should be everyone now can see the link to our Global New York website.
Yeah, it is to everyone. Okay, perfect. Brian, thank you. And a good lead in that you were talking about manufacturing. We are on April 12th, I believe. We are 8th. We're going to be doing the first, SBA, opening up and educating people on how to, manufacture and in the New York area. But, that is in April. But we have right now the business plan writing and export plan online presentation for Manly Lin. SBA. Brian, again, thank you so much for your time. We so greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions, we can talk offhand. And if anyone has any questions, you can always email me and I will forward it to Brian. So Brian, thank you again for your time.
Thank you so much, Helena, and thank you, Manly, too. Take care and have a good one.
Bye. Okay, bye. Manly, we are gonna, the share screen should work.
Right, I'm sharing now.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, it is working. So everyone, this is such a great day because you get 2 for 1. So this is really informative. So I'm going to turn it over to Manly. Put your questions in the chat. Again, Manly, thank you for doing this. Very informative.
Okay. So good morning. I'm going to talk about business plan writing. So if you go to SBA.gov, right now SBA's priority is for putting American manufacturers first. I know many of you may be not a manufacturers now, but keep in mind that we have so many new programs to help you to build a manufacturer, okay? So I would just tell you, Made in America Manufacturing have an initiative So we have cutting red tapes for small manufacturers. If you have any suggestion or bad experience you want to let us know, please go to our website and share your experience and your suggestion. The second one is we increase access to capital. So normally SBA have different financing program, but now we have a special for the manufacturers called MARC. Okay, manufacturers access to revolving credit loan go up to $5 million. And we also have Make Onshoring Great Again portal. So it's perfect for business actually, or e-commerce, business actually, if you want to connect to the suppliers, manufacturers in US, okay? And number 4, actually, we want to help manufacturer business actually can go global. That's why we work with STEP. Actually, SBA provide funding to each of the state, and New York, of course, is one of the biggest one that we provide them. So they have STEP programs, state trade expansion programs that Brian just talked about. So now go to SBA's program. So we have one-on-one counseling through our resource partner. So if you go to the website, you enter your zip code, all those centers near you will show up. So please make appointment with them. And then we have capital, different kind of loan programs. And also we help small business to get government contracts. So please utilize our resources. Okay, and disaster assistance, I hope we don't need that anymore. But if something happened and was declared as a disaster, there are loans. So I know many of you got a PPP loan and EIDL loan. Okay, so but I think this is PPP loan is the only one that will be forgiven. Okay, so all others are all loan, the real loan that you have to repay it. So today we talk about business plan. Okay, so who needs business plan? Okay, most of the business, they read the business plan when the lenders request. Okay, yes, lenders, they must see your business plan. But actually, everybody should have a business plan. Most importantly, for yourself, okay, when we plan a trip, a vacation, we need a good plan, right? So why not a business journey? It's more important, okay, it's essential for business to have a business plan. So everyone, even you are thinking about to start a business or you want to expand your business, you should have a business plan, okay? So it can help you, okay, get all the like A, B, C, D, E I put here. So you can collect all the resources together. Okay, you know who can help you. For example, if exporting, actually you will find like steps and other agencies, they all help the exporter now. And you can have a sense of how much time, okay, you have to put in. And the second one is who your competitors are and what's the pricing, okay? Now we are lucky because we have internet, so you can learn a lot from your competitors' website, okay? How they do the marketing, how they, the pricing especially, okay? And then number 3 is about your staff, okay? To be a good manager, manage your staff, actually let your staff make money for you, and then you will have time to go out to network, to learn, to expand your business. And also your suppliers. I think especially now, we know that actually you should spread your suppliers in different countries, okay, not just in US. And the number 4, how should you run the business, okay, and where, okay, where will be the best one? I know right now a lot of business have business at home, but there are other options too. And where can you get the financial resources? Okay, so all this have to be included in the business plan. Okay, and all this have to, you are the one make decision because your business is like your baby. Okay, so who will see your business plan? investors, partners, bankers, they need to see your plan, okay? And other than them, actually, landlords. I know not too many business actually share their business plan with landlord. But during the pandemic, actually, we realized a lot of landlords, they want to help the business, okay, their tenant to be successful. So if you know, have a good business plan, actually, you can discuss or negotiate, okay, negotiate with your landlord. So I think actually they would like to help you if they know you have a good plan and you will be successful. Suppliers, okay, that's a very business plan is a very powerful negotiation tools for you. Okay, when you can show them, I think that's a good you can really let them understand actually you will be successful. Okay. And the last one, I know not too many businesses, they share the business plan with their family member, especially maybe children's, but actually I think it's very important if you share with them, they will support you, okay? We know that all the business owners work so hard for their family, but sometimes their family members, they complain they don't have time for their family. The last two, okay, professional accountants and attorney. Okay, those are the two people actually you really include them, be your management team. Okay, they help you to grow your business. So and a lot of people ask me how to find a good accountant or attorney. I say, try to contact them. You want just tell them you want to discuss, show them your business plan. If those accountant attorney, they are willing to have time to read your business plan or talk about your business plan, they are good one, okay? Because it's not for accountant, not just save you tax money. They should know your goal, your mission, and help you with those planning. So especially, okay, well-written business plan, okay, how important it is. Number one, for investors and funding, of course, okay, because not just narrative in your business plan, also the numbers, okay. Later, I will talk about the full spreadsheet that actually you should have in your business plan. So those numbers are important for you and also for them. The second one is, provide you a clear roadmap. Okay, so also when you discuss with even your employees, actually will tell you which direction that you can go to. So you plan your strategies to grow. Number three, risk management. Okay, so you can identify those potential risks and challenges. So you can plan something, okay, to minimize those challenges. Number four, decision making. Okay, every day you have to make a lot of decisions. If you have better ideas, okay, and you have a lot of resources that actually can help you to make a better decision. And the last one, okay, is an excellent communication tool. You cannot spend time just tell people all your plan, okay? So it's more, efficient for you to just show them your business plan is more organized. It's more, you can see organized and to prioritize whether you should show the different audience. When you show your business plan to different audience, actually, you should modify it a little bit, okay, for different situation. Okay, so what is a business plan? A lot of people think, oh, I want to start a business, so I should plan. Okay, actually, it's more than that. It's a project 3 to 5 years ahead, and outline, your mission and steps, how do you can reach that goal. So it's a very comprehensive document. Okay, so the process, okay, when you're writing your business plan, actually can force you to take a realistic look, okay, at exactly what your business will involve. So maybe you'll be surprised. A lot of startups, they were surprised after they open the door, start a business. It's totally different from what they thought before. Okay, so and help you estimate startup cost. Startup cost, I know a lot of people they have to calculate then make sure having enough money, okay, to open the door. But remember, in the beginning of the business, you won't make profits from day one. In the beginning, usually you invest, okay. Average before the pandemic in US, average is 6 months to start making profits. So how much money you need, okay, to support you, to start the, so to get the break even, okay? So that's very important to keep in mind. So also business plan is a test of your ideas. Everybody have good ideas, okay? Ideas of they want to help a certain of group of people. They can save people's, but okay, will this work? Your plan, will this work? Where you have customers, where you make profits to keep it going and grow. There are 3 elements of most of the business: price, quality, and the service. You need to have at least 2, okay, to stay in the business. That's better than your competitor. Price and quality, sometimes you cannot control 100%, okay? It depends on the suppliers or environmental or government policy. But service is the one that actually you can control 100%. If you're willing, okay, if you're willing, spend your intelligence, your time, your manpower, actually to provide the best service for your customers, actually, okay, I think everybody should have a good services plan, okay, for your business. And then what's your competitive advantage? Okay, personalized. And we know a lot of especially fashion industry, okay, even right now, the IT consulting company, or faster, okay, you deliver faster. So you should think about what's your specialty, what's your competitive advantage than your competitor. You need to come up something. And that actually is the title of your marketing materials, your slogan, okay? And the last one, will this plan provide enough income for you and the family? Okay, means will this plan feasible and profitable? Okay, so we're looking for feasible and profitable. So before you start writing, I know many of you think about your business plan, okay, 24/7, but write it down, okay? When you write it down, actually make it clear, especially for adults, okay? We know children learn by ear, adults learn by vision. So you should thinking, okay? So here I just tell you what you should thinking and write it down. Do not worry about the format. Do not worry about the writing. Put down what you think right now, what you plan right now, okay? Where did you get the idea? Means why you want to start this business, okay? That's important for you, okay, and your family and your customers, okay? The second one, how do you expect to get idea accepted? Accepted by whom? By your customers. They're willing to try, they're willing to spend money, okay, to use it. And then after they use, they feel good, they come back again and again. And the final goal is they can refer customers to you. Okay, so how can you expect that? You need to come up something, your niche, okay? The third one, if ideas already a variation of other, I believe most of your ideas are already existing, those business already existing. So why should your customer choose your product? Okay, so this is similar to second one, okay? Describe market niche. Okay, so this is important. most important things actually when you start, marketing, okay, I have to start early. Then list your qualification allowed you to pursue the business. Okay, why you? Okay, what you can do, what you cannot do. If something that actually you think maybe that's your weakness, like sales or manager or write all those numbers. Okay, so you should hire somebody so you will be successful. So what are your two most important personal goals in 5 years? Okay, visibility, most of those apps, okay, those app websites, social media platform, they are looking for, not money is not most important things for them, it's a visibility, okay? And then in the future, you can see most of them, they sell or you can merge with a big company. But of course, okay, no matter what business you start, it's not a hobby anymore. It's not for fun. You have to make sure, okay, have enough income, okay, to support you and the business. What are the two most significant barriers? No matter what business you start with, actually, there always have barriers. Okay? Either internal or actually the government, environmental, even right now the war, okay, can affect you. So you need to know about that. How will you overcome those challenges? Okay, so some of the challenges like a government policy is difficult. You cannot change that, okay? But how can you make reduce the minimum to minimum damages or affected, okay? And the last one, okay, know your support system. You have to know who can help you, okay? So New York, actually in New York, for federal like SBA and state, okay, Department of, like Brian just mentioned, Empire State Corporation, and also city, and also Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. We are all good resources for you. Okay, so learn about our programs and take action, okay, to utilize those services for you. So write a written business plan, I already mentioned, okay. I know a lot of people, they just want to talk, okay. But actually a lot of lenders, they say they don't have time to listen. Okay, so you should have a business plan so it's more organized and you can prioritize, okay, those items, those factors that actually more important for different kind of audience. So also allows you to set a realistic goal. Those are the number, okay? There are 4 spreadsheet projection that actually you have to see the reality. And then it's the best communication tools for you, okay? When you discuss with or negotiate with those people can help your business. And the last one I mentioned, okay, make sure your plan is feasible and that the business will be profitable. So now, okay, let's talk about the real business plan, what you should think. Focus on who you are. It's not you, okay? It's like why you want to start a business, okay? So right now you talk about your business, what you do. Believe me, okay, I asked a lot of business, I said, what do you do? Actually, they can talk 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I still don't know what they're doing. Okay, so please make sure, make it clear, okay, concise, clearly, let your audience know exactly what you do, products or services, okay? And so I think everyone should practice your elevator pitch, okay? Because now a lot of people, they don't have patience or time to listen to you. So make it short. Elevator pitch, usually 20 to 30 seconds, especially if you go to the procurement office, those events, hundreds of people business there. So each table, you go to talk to the agency, you only have 20 to 30 seconds. How can you, really give an impressive, elevator pitch that's essential for you? It's critical, okay? And then how you do it means how you make profit, how you reach out to the customers, okay? Where you operate depends on your industry, okay? Some industry actually, like a restaurant, okay, location is essential. And how will you generate profits, okay? So you need to know the cost, you need to have the good price, you need to get enough customers so you can make profits. A lot of business actually, they are not selling products. They actually they get membership. Okay, they get membership fee. So even they didn't sell the products, they still have the income. Who your customers are. Okay, this is the first question. If you're thinking about marketing, you have to define your customers, your target customers. Everybody wants to sell to the whole world, everybody, right? But at least it's impossible at the beginning. So you need to narrow down, okay? Have a focus to your target customers. Why? Because you need to reach out to them. No matter what you sell or what kind of service you provide, there's always somebody in the other side of the world. They are looking for that. So you have to reach out to that person, let them know you are existing and how to buy from you. That's marketing, okay? So why your business is important? For whom, okay? For you, for your customers. A lot of people ask me, what's a good business idea? Actually, I say there are three. Number one, you can solve a problem, okay? You see there is a problem and you can solve the problem. That's the best business idea. The second one, you can improve people's life. Like right now, people need to learn about everything. The AI, okay, how to eat, how to exercise, how to keep healthy, and learn different languages, okay? So you should think about, and third one is make people happy. So clearly define your target market. That's first thing you have to do before you think about how to do the advertisements, okay? Or what social media you should go to. Because you have to decide who your target customers, then you can decide that, okay? You just do whatever they do, go wherever they go, and use whatever app, social media they use. You follow your potential customers. And also the last one, of course, okay, that's critical actually, the purpose that most of the business write a business plan that you want to get a loan. You have to show you have sufficient cash flow to repay the debt and cover all business expenses. Cash flow is how much money in, how much money out. So it depends on your industry. Some industry like cash, like a restaurant, like a cash business, the business owner usually they know how much money in, how much money out daily, every day. But some business actually maybe weekly or monthly or even quarterly, okay? So when you talk to the lenders or submit your document to them, for example, if you want to borrow $1, usually you have to show them you have more than $1, okay, income, means you can repay the debt. Some of the lenders, they go up to $1.75. That's why I encourage all the business owners, know the options, okay? Talk to different lenders and know what their requirements are so you can make the best choices when you really need to borrow money. So outline a business plan, okay? So cover sheet, and the second part is a summary. But when you write a summary is when you write other parts first, and the ending, you can write the summary. But when you put on the business plan, okay, actually you have to put in the front. Then table of content. And there are 3 sections in the business plan. The first one is about the business itself, okay? And then the second part is financial data. The third one is those supporting documents. So when you talk about, when you're writing the first 2 sections, don't go to those, focus on what importance in that section. Now we will go to each of the section, cover page, okay? Cover page, okay? You can see here the business name, the logo, okay, the writer, and also the date, okay. So the second one, I use these 2 companies just to show you each of the parts of the business plan, okay. This is a toy company. The second one is a consulting company. Same thing, same information, right? But here I just want to mention, I know, of course, you will choose what color, what design you like. But as a business owner, when you design your logos, you should choose the one that you think your customers will like. So send out that, get feedback, okay? If your products is for teenager, of course, it have to be different from, for the senior, right? So that's very important, actually, can affect you. When I teach neutral marketing, now I will talk about the different colors and different, even the music that you play in your place will affect the sales, okay? Then next one is for, if your business plan is for funding, okay, you need to prepare a statement of purpose. So you have to include who is asking for money. It's not you, it's your business. What's the business structure? How much money is needed? You need to come up that number, okay? That would usually have to be the first question everybody asks you, okay? How much money? So next slide will show you what you should prepare and what's the money is needed for, okay? And how will the funds benefit your business? Means if you get those money, okay, how they can affect your business. Lenders, they like to know about that. They want to help you, okay? So how does the loan or investment make a business sense? That's for startups, okay? Why should the lenders, they think that they should lend you the money for those purposes? And the last one, how will you repay the debt? Okay, so just one paragraph, that's enough, okay? How much you want to borrow, how much money you will invest, and what's the purpose, okay? Concise. And also you need to prepare the funding request, okay? So on the top, cash sources, how much you invest, how much you want to borrow. Most of the lenders say at least 20%. And then you list everything you need those fundings for, okay? Write down, make a list. So when you are planning or you're, manage a business, when you think about something, you say, oh, if I have that, actually can help more customers in different way. So when you come up that number, that's the time you can talk to the lenders. The second part is executive summary. Okay, so this is the SBA's business plan, 8 sections, okay, 8 steps. You finish it, each of the sections, and then you have your business plan, okay? So the summary actually is an introduction to your business, okay? But I already mentioned you have to write all other parts, and then you can write a summary. So it should be clear, very clear about your goal, your steps to reach that goal, and concise and to the point, okay? So I list here the key elements, your company, your product or services, your audience and ideal customers, okay, future of your business and your industry. You need to do the research, not, what's your industry? Some industry going up, some industry going down, right? And so what's your position in your industry and your banking relations and your also financial data and projections. So we will go through that, use these two companies, for example. So this is the toy company. Okay, I won't read all of them. So just to let you know, because you're all different, have different products, customers. Who are your target customers? Okay, future of the company. You have to emphasize, okay, now you are a startups, okay, but actually, through maybe R&D, research and development, what will be the future of your company? And this is a consulting company, okay, same thing. Now talk about company's description, okay. So you have to review, okay, the elements. Number one, your legal structure. If you still haven't decided, if you are startups, you haven't decided, talk to our resource partner. And also talk to the accountant or attorney, okay, which one would be, but can change, okay, business structure can be changed. So you don't have to worry about, how can you start a corporation now. Mission and vision statement, okay, and your key employees, like, your management team, okay, especially if you don't have experience in the industry that you want to go to, and details about your product and services and the qualities make your business a success. So mission statement, okay, mission statement and vision statement, totally different. So mission statement is an action-based statement that declare the purpose of your business, how they can serve your customers. Okay? And vision statement is your midterm and long-term goals, stating what you want your business to become in the future. Okay, so I put examples here for you. Market research, okay, about the industry, about the customers, about the company advantages and the regulations. So you should have a solid understanding of that industry. You should do the research if you haven't. But Small Business Development Center, actually, they can help you. And also your target customers, your competitive analysis. Now, please use AI. AI really can help you with this, okay, the analysis and the legal requirement. So please utilize the UI to help you to do those research, okay. In the research about the industry, you need to include number. This is why I highlight here. You cannot make up, or just somebody told you, say, oh, this industry will go up, will be great, okay, in 10 years. You need to really do the research. So this is the details, description about the customers. I like these two companies. They like this one, the toy company, the parents, grandparents, their age range and their income range, and they value quality and they research. That means they go online and also willing to spend more money. Okay, if you tell me that, I think, oh, actually, I can refer somebody to you, right? Your advantages. This is you have to come up this. So I put here. Also, please use AI. AI can help you with this too. The AI can help you to write a business plan, but do not just copy and paste. A lot of lenders already told me they know which one. They all similar, all the same. Okay, so but AI can help you, provide you some maybe ideas or information you didn't know, but you should write by yourself too, modify it. regulation, okay, for the different industry have governance regulation. This is a consulting company. You see, I say you need to have the numbers, it's going up or going down, okay? The description of the customers, this is excellent, okay? They list who exactly they are looking for, okay? Even they narrowed down to 4 industry, okay? Because that city have a big manufacturer, have an automobile company, have a huge hospital, and the military base. So this is clear, okay? If you tell somebody like this in that city, everybody knows somebody like that, okay? This is the advantage. You should just look more and use AI, okay? So this consulting company, this is more than, I think, 15 years ago. They already provide the public speaking training, and also they have the virtual consulting 20 years ago, okay? So that's their niche. This is the regulation, okay? Now we go to the product and services. Really have to make it clear, okay? How will those products can help the customers? It's not just a list, but because you know your customers, so what you can do for your customers, the benefit of them. Okay, so this is the list, and also including the price. So the product cycle and also intellectual property rights, that's very important for some of the industry. This is the R&D. Okay, I mentioned that you show that you're not just sell the toys. Actually, you have the best toys because you do some research and maybe science tests. This is a consulting company. Okay, you can see here very clear what they can do. Okay, there are 2 industry now, IT and consulting company. If they don't tell me details, actually, I don't know if I can refer customers to them, okay? Because too broad, the consulting and the IT pricing structure. So you can see, actually, you shouldn't show your business plan to just anybody, okay? Because this is your pricing structure. So when you show the business advisor, they can give you some suggestion or modifications. They know that this price is too high or too low. This is intellectual property rights. Okay, even the services have that. So this is R&D. Okay, now we go to marketing and sales management. Okay, so focus on customers. Okay, so how your company plan to grow, how your company is going to communicate with your customer, what's the channels, okay, how will you advertise? So those are totally different 3 things. Marketing is not just have some campaigns to do the sales, okay? So please come to my 2 marketing webinars. Okay, one is strategic marketing. You need to have strategies. The other one is neuro marketing. Use the neuroscience actually can help you have a better, you know what can affect your customers to buy or not buy from you, okay, and what they will buy. So this is a growth strategy, okay? This is how to communicate with the customers. I think right now, all the businesses have to use different channels, how to sell, okay? I mentioned already, some of the businesses, they not just focus on the sales. They also have the membership. Okay, so membership actually is a new trend. And this is a consulting company, their growth strategy, okay, and communication with the customer. The first thing you have to know, who are your customers, okay? Target customers first, and how to sell to them, how to reach out to them. Now we go to financial projection. Okay. especially the investors, lenders, actually they want to see your financial projection because you haven't started yet. If I ask you, how many customers can you get every day? Okay, so you need to come up a number. Of course, that's your estimate, but it's not what you hope. Okay, it's what after you do the research, you believe that actually you can get that numbers of customers. Okay, so you need to research that industry statistics, or you can ask the accountants because they deal with different businesses similar to yours. Okay, so they can help you to make that number. But of course, the numbers is estimated, it's not real. So after, that's why I say business plan is a living document. Okay, after you plan everything 120% perfect, but when you start a business, maybe you will find out actually this is really not what you think. Okay, not exactly what you think. So you need to modify your numbers after you start a business. So you need to modify your business plan from time to time. Any changes, you should modify them. So there are 4 spreadsheets, okay? You can Google, right now they have the spreadsheet for different industry, okay? So that's very good. First one is P&L projection. We also call income statement. The second one is cash flow projection. Then the third one is balance sheet and then break-even analysis, okay? P&L projection, okay, I want to show you, give you idea. I know some of you, maybe you never look at or you never see a financial statement if you're not a business owner yet, but you don't have to do the bookkeeping, accounting, by yourself. But at least if your accountant show you a statement, you need to know the meaning of those numbers. Okay, do not just see it's a plus, it's not negative, you think that's good. A lot of business, they didn't realize they are not making profits. So here, okay, on the left side, if you don't understand what they are talking about, what they mean, when your cursors tap on it, actually, they will explain that to you, okay? So how much sales? How much is the cost of the goods sold? So that will be your gross profit, okay? Your sales minus those costs. And then operating expenses. That's why I say find the examples, the samples that actually similar to your industry. So you don't miss any contents, okay? Any items here. So all the operating expenses. This can help you. For example, you're looking for a location, right? You find 3 locations that you think is good for you. But when you enter the number, you see the last one is rent. Okay, rent is a very high percentage of your cost. So when you enter the rent, you realize the first one, the top one place may be too expensive for you. Then you have to take the second one. Okay. And then continue all those expenses, total expenses, and then net profit before tax. And then how much net profit after tax, okay? And then the owner draw or dividend. Okay, so that's the second one, cash flow projection. I say how much money in, how much money out. So this is important, can help you to determine if you should maybe, borrow the money because you need to pay a lot of expenses, especially your employees. You need to have that kind of cash flow. So cash flow on the left side, okay, your cash on hand. So cash receipt, total cash receipt, and total cash available, okay? Those actually If you don't understand, you can enter different numbers and see how it come out. And also cash paid out. Okay, so how much money in, how much money out. So you see the subtitle of all the expenses, and then you also have loan, those are different, okay, different expenses. Like if you pay the loan, capital purchase, other startup cost, or reserve or export, and other withdrawal. Okay, that's total cash paid out, cash position. What's your cash position? Okay. So this one is a balance sheet. Okay, just remember all these are actually estimate. Okay, so I think most of you the first time you need business advisor to help you to look at that. Okay, this is a balance sheet. Left side, current assets. How much assets? Okay, have current assets. Including the cash in bank, account receivable. Account receivable is very important. A lot of businesses, they didn't make profits because they sell products or they provide services, but they didn't follow up really to get the pay. Okay, so please pay attention. You need to have somebody to help you with that. Okay. Inventory, prepaid expenses, deposit, other current assets. There's total current assets. Then the fixed assets. Okay, so I think you can see that. Okay, your machinery, your furniture, those vehicle, okay, buildings, and other assets. Okay, then you add them up to the total other assets and total assets. So the second part is liabilities and equity, okay? Current liabilities, you need to know that, okay? Long-term debt, okay? And also owner's equity. So you know that your common stocks or retained earnings. That's the total liabilities and equities for you. The last one is the break-even analysis. Okay, so show that when you can start making profits. And if you need to borrow money, okay, before you break even, you should plan early. SBA, we have a micro loan up to $50,000 for startups. Okay, so the last one, break even. Okay, you can see a direct cost. Okay, indirect cost and the total of your cost. And you can see they calculate that for you, okay? Okay, the last sections of your business plan is supporting documents. I list here for you, depends on your business structure, okay, have different documents. I suggest you save all the documents on your desktop. So anytime you need to upload, for example, if you want to get government contract or in the future you want to apply any grants, you need to have those documents, and even the loan especially. A lot of people ask, say, if I want to borrow money, how long the SBA guarantee loan would take? It depends. And most of the time, actually, business they delay their loan, because they didn't have the incomplete package. They didn't have all the documents needed. Okay, so please help yourself have all the documents together. Okay, now I'm going to talk about some tips. Okay, first things, you have to write your own plan because your business is your baby. Do not worry about the writing. Most of the lenders say we don't care about how well they write. Okay, they want to see the numbers. They want to see how you can be successful. Okay, so in the business plan, actually, the lenders, they want to see the financial part, and also the second part is marketing. Okay, if you don't know how to do the marketing, you won't be successful. So pay more attention to learn about that. And then the second one, your narrative should be clear and focused. Okay, just focus on those things that actually, for your audience. And number three, you have to know your audience. Depends on you whom you show your business plan, you have to modify. Number four, keep your language formal. Okay, so you don't say I or we, just use the business name. Okay, use the business name. Number five, you don't have to buy expensive cover letter or cover the cover or folder for your business plan. Number six, do not use technical jargon, especially if you're IT or financial professional. So just pay attention to that. Number seven, don't show a draft to people that you don't trust. Number eight, you give the numbers, okay? That should be confidently, okay? But have to be realistic. Because we saw a lot of business, especially startups, actually, they estimate the expenses too low and their revenue is too high, okay? So be realistic, should be opposite. And then your business plan is never finished. I emphasize that, okay? So every 6 months, at least, you should really take a look and modify it. During the pandemic, I told the business they have to update their business plan every day because that time, the situation like change every day. And now I believe pretty soon, AI will affect change our business actually really fast. So get ready. So this is one-on-one counseling. Okay. Please go to the website, enter your zip code, Small Business Development Center, SCORE, Women Business Center, and Veterans Business Outreach Center. They are SBA's funded resource partner to provide one-on-one counseling for us. Other than them, actually, there is a U.S. Export Assistance Center. That center, okay, SBA, Department of Commerce, and Exim Bank, we three agencies have stepped together to help you there, okay? So Department of Commerce, they can connect you to the country that you want to export to. And SBA, we have financing, and Exim Bank is for insurance. The last one is Procurement Technical Assistance Center. If you want to pursue the government contracting, okay, please contact them, okay? There are two. So this is the last slide, actually SCORE template, okay? They have the template, but now you can actually Google to find the industry business plan similar to yours. I also attach here for export plan. Exporting plan is not a separate document, okay? It's part of your business plan, but just you have different markets, okay? So should get those information that's important, I list here. So the details, if you have questions, actually you can contact me, okay? And I also hold a monthly meetup. Hope that actually you can come to meet with the business at the same stage as yours. Okay. Finally, this is my email address if you need to contact me. Okay. I conclude my presentation here right now. Let me stop the presentation PowerPoint. Elena?
Do you have time for
Yes.
a couple of questions?
Yes.
Okay, hold on for 1 second. I know that you touched on this. Are there any microloan community advantage funding that support artists?
If you, yes, okay, of course.
Okay. I need one more. They're also looking for mentors. The mentors you can go through SCORE or
Usually they are mentor, and SBDC and Women Business Center, they are business advisors, same thing, okay? And Greater New York Chamber can help you too.
Yes, definitely reach out to me also. It is being recorded. If you email me, you'll get the slides. Let me see other questions. Most of them were just, you answered most of them. It's just about links and things like that. Anyone
Right.
else?
They will have a question when they are writing it.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Let me, everyone said, thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I just want to give a plug. We have, Manly Lynn is our Women's History Awards recipient. We are having it here at the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce in our building on we've had Black History, March 24th. It's a cocktail reception here at the chamber. If you want to see me present to Manly, which is going to be, I'll probably be crying and choking up, but it is my honor to be doing this. So we just are very, very excited. Well overdue. She is amazing for putting on these webinars, getting this information into the hands of businesses. So on behalf of the Greater New York Chamber, we appreciate these webinars. We appreciate you and the information that you provide, because without the SBA, the economy, the small business is the engine that drives the economy. And someone just said there is an SBA class on May 22nd in person at 26th Federal. Okay.
Right. That's Helena's their organization will be here. So I really encourage you come. I invite different levels of government agency here, and also all those nonprofit organizations like Greater New York Chambers. Actually, they will be here. Okay. And also last year, we have like 800, more than 800. So I have to cut off 800 people. So please register early. Okay.
Yes, register early. I'll have it on our website. Manly, as soon as you get the flyer, I'll put it on so we can start promoting that. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If you're not a member of the chamber, join us. We're a nonprofit organization just solely supported by our membership. Everyone have one day away from a weekend. It's supposed to be nice weather, so everyone enjoy yourselves. And don't forget, next week we have online networking. And also next week, we have the MWBE certification on March 12th with the Division of Minority and Women Business Development. So, and then we're back on March 19th with Manly Lynn with the grants for R&D, SBR, and STTR. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself, Manly. Again, thank you for joining us, everyone. Have a great day.